This is great news for women's basketball, period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
History has been made yet again, and if you guessed Caitlin Clark was involved, you're absolutely right. Clark and the Indiana Fever have just set another record.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
The Indiana Fever has officially gone from just another WNBA team to America's favorite squad. And no, this isn't some media hype, it's backed by real, undeniable numbers. The rest of the league is finally coming to terms with it.
Whether you like the Indiana Fever or not, whether you like Caitlin Clark or not, it has gotten to the point where we can no longer deny the fact that they are the biggest draw in the WNBA, and they proved that all of last season.
Caitlin Clark didn't just join the league, she changed the game. While she's been making history, the critics have been working overtime to downplay her impact. But denial won't dim the spotlight. In fact, the more they complain, the brighter the Fever shine.
Caitlin Clark, the people's champion! Let's get it!
That's a deep one.
Bang!
Just announced that Caitlin Clark and the Fever will be playing 41 of 44 games this year on national TV. They're coming to watch the other girl, right?
Right? Bang!
Teams are moving their games with the Fever to NBA arenas so they can sell more tickets. How about that?
Bang!
Angel Reese attempted a three this deep. I think she might dislocate her shoulder.
Bang!
You want some butter with that bread? Butter. Butter.
Butter pecan! Bang!
With 41 out of 44 games airing on national TV, this isn't just a schedule, it's a full-on takeover.
The recent news that 41 out of the 44 Indiana Fever games will be nationally televised. I do not think a lot of people are understanding just how big that is. That is something that the WNBA players, WNBA media, WNBA fans have been begging for so many years.
Here's the truth, this is just the beginning. What Caitlin Clark has started isn't just a moment, it's a movement. The Fever is now the WNBA's hottest ticket, the most talked about team, and the center of every media storyline. And you don't have to look hard to see it, the numbers say it all.
The league wasn't ready for her last year. They just weren't prepared. Yeah. She was prepared.
She's had a full offseason now to rest.
No. She's going to be great. Yeah. The league just didn't know what to do.
Get the MVP tickets in, just bet them to win the championship. It's fun. And then you get to watch all our games.
I believe there's actually a debate on who was Rookie of the Year last year. Imagine being that delusional.
Bang!
People need to understand she saved this league.
Powder, there's no TV deals, no ad sponsorships, heck, no shoe deals for you, Angel Reese, no McDonald's money.
The league losing millions of dollars each year. She saved them from bankruptcy.
Time to be grateful.
Bang!
93% of her games on national TV.
She's like that! Bang!
Just a couple of years ago, the Indiana Fever was, to put it kindly, in rebuilding mode. Half-empty arenas, little media attention, and barely any national TV time. Now, they're the WNBA's biggest attraction. So, what changed? Simple, one name, Caitlin Clark. Her arrival turned the Fever from an afterthought into a must-watch spectacle. Home or away, every game is a sellout. Wherever she goes, the crowd follows.
Broadcast this season, ooh-wee, big-time doubleheader. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they meet in the season opener.
Indiana Fever put this out, all eyes on us.
With such star power on those teams, it's really no surprise they're atop the list for the most games available for you to check out on a national scale.
Caitlin Clark once again dominates WNBA national TV schedule.
The Fever, they lead the league with 41 games here, followed by the Aces 33, the champion Liberty at 32.
41 of our 44 games are on national television, the most television games in franchise history, the most national television games for a single team in WNBA history. I'm sure this is because of Angel Reese.
The demand for Caitlin Clark and the Fever has been so overwhelming that 6 opposing teams have had to move their games to NBA-sized arenas just to handle the crowds. Imagine being a rival team and needing a bigger venue just to avoid turning fans away. That's not just popularity, that's pressure. And the real proof? The TV schedule. A staggering 41 out of 44 games will air on major networks like ABC, ESPN, CBS, NBA TV, and even Prime Video. That's not just extra coverage, it's more national exposure than the defending champions. In fact, it's the most nationally televised games any WNBA team has ever had in a single season. And make no mistake, this wasn't handed to them, it was earned.
Blew up. I don't know who this person is, but they said all Caitlin Clark has done is be white.
A lot of people who aren't fans of the Indiana Fever or don't want to see this happening, they're mad about it, but they're also not realizing that all of the other teams will also be on national TV.
Let's be real, TV networks don't care about fairness, they care about ratings. And Caitlin Clark doesn't just attract viewers, she brings in millions. She's the WNBA's ultimate game changer, a walking ratings boost. No wonder every network is fighting for a piece of her schedule like it's the playoffs.
These networks are not thinking about hurting feelings. These networks are thinking about how much money can we bring in.
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say, 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Last year, a random regular season Fever game pulled in 2.2 million viewers, more than the actual WNBA finals. Yes, you read that right. A regular season game outperformed the championship series. And while some critics complain about fairness, here's the reality, Caitlin Clark's star power isn't just boosting the Fever, it's lifting the entire league.
With everyone trying to diminish the wave that was happening, the Clarkonomics that were happening, the Caitlin Clark effect that was happening, and realizing it is not only going to be good for this Indiana Fever team, it's going to be great for everyone. It's going to be great for every single player in the WNBA and also every single team in the WNBA.
Think about it, when the Fever come to town, their opponents get their biggest stage of the season. Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky? Cashing in. The Liberty and Aces? Now reaching millions more just by sharing the court with Clark. So while some players throw side eyes at the spotlight, they might want to thank Caitlin for the boost in their social media mentions and their endorsement deals.
The Liberty and Aces, they're going to clash here 3 times. All 3 of those are on ABC and ESPN. The Fever and the Sky, they meet 5 times. Caitlin Clark, the revamped Fever, they look to build on their success.
There have been 6 teams that have changed venues when the Indiana Fever come to play. All of these arenas are selling out.
The truth is, Caitlin Clark is carrying the WNBA's visibility like it's second nature. The league knows it, the fans know it, and even the critics, whether they admit it or not, know it too. That's why nearly every one of her games is being broadcast worldwide. Because let's be honest, whether you're a fan, a skeptic, or a rival pretending not to care, you're watching. Caitlin Clark is must-see TV. And this goes beyond basketball, it's business. The WNBA has spent years fighting for mainstream attention, bigger crowds, and higher ratings. Now, they have a walking highlight reel delivering all that and more. And the craziest part? She's just getting started.
Sigh, I miss the unrivaled already. They're mad. Caitlin Clark didn't play in that league. They want her out. They want you fans out of the league.
Angel Wilson's talking about sitting out for more money. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever, hey, we're putting every game on TV for Caitlin Clark. Everybody wants to watch her.
This is the year that they want to do whatever they possibly can to show that they deserve more and also be profitable.
One of the worst WNBA fans and one of CC's biggest haters is already complaining. They don't like the game of basketball at all. They just want to support Reese. I've said the majority of her fans are not Hoops fans.
Let's start with the facts. Before Caitlin Clark arrived, the Indiana Fever was basically the WNBA's version of a clearance rack team, there, but mostly overlooked. Fast forward, and now they're the hottest ticket in sports. Last season, the Fever brought in over 340,000 fans at home games, a staggering 319% increase from the year before. Just a year ago, they struggled to hit 80,000 total. Now, every night feels like a playoff crowd. And the best part? It's not just Indiana, it's everywhere.
More people are getting on board. More people are watching women's basketball. More people are watching women's college basketball. Do not slow the momentum because of ego.
Caitlin Clark draws massive viewership, and other teams don't. Caitlin Clark averaged about 1.2 million viewers per game, and the rest of the league about 400 to 500,000.
Across the league, teams are scrambling to keep up with the Caitlin Clark effect. When the Fever come to town, it's no longer business as usual. Franchises are ditching their smaller arenas and upgrading to NBA-sized venues just to handle the demand. The Chicago Sky is moving games to the United Center. The Dallas Wings are shifting to the Mavericks' home court. The Atlanta Dream is taking over State Farm Arena. And Connecticut? They're heading to TD Garden like they're the Celtics. These aren't just upgrades, they're emergency responses to the Caitlin Clark phenomenon.
Give me Angel Reese, give me Caitlin Clark, because this has been box office, y'all. The young guns, the young stars have come to play. Angel at Unrivaled, training with Lisa, Leslie, and Caitlin. We all know that girl. She lives, breathes, eats, sleeps in the gym. So I am so excited to see that matchup, those two, because anytime they go up against each other, honestly, the whole world shuts down.
Yep.
Everything shuts down.
This isn't just hype, it's economics. Teams know that when the Fever come to town, it's not just another game, it's a payday. Bigger arenas mean more fans, more merchandise sales, more concessions, and more revenue. And that extra cash? It's fueling a stronger, healthier league. Caitlin Clark isn't just growing the game, she's helping fund its future.
6 WNBA networks set ratings records this season, all Caitlin Clark. 23 WNBA games drew more than 1 million viewers. Clark played in 20 of them.
And let's not even get started on merch. Caitlin Clark's jersey didn't just break records, it demolished them. She outsold every other player in the league combined. That's not luck, that's a phenomenon. Thanks to Clark, the Indiana Fever went from a team only locals followed to one of the top-selling franchises in all of women's sports. She's not just a player, she's a brand. Now, let's talk real numbers. Fever games accounted for half of the WNBA's national TV revenue last season. Half one team. One rookie. League-wide attendance jumped 48%. And more WNBA games hit 1 million viewers in 2024 alone than in the previous 2 decades combined. What's the common denominator in all of this? Go ahead, say it with me, Caitlin. Freaking Clark.
The WNBA Draft and All-Star Game demolished their viewership records with Caitlin Clark. The Diana Taurasi draft drew 600,000. It was the most watched draft ever. Caitlin Clark's draft drew nearly 2.5 million. 374% increase of viewership. Fever quadrupled ticket sales after drafting Clark. Washington and Indiana set the single game attendance record of 20,711 on September 19 Capital One Arena. The WNBA's average attendance last year was 9,807 fans, up 48%. And keep in mind, that was really one person that added those 3,000 fans on average.